Pause that game. We're back with more Nerd Radio.
Honestly, I hate working here. They are so weird.
It's true. We're very weird. It's Nerd Radio. Wherever you get your podcast, it's part of the B-Pod Studios network. Of course, we're on YouTube and on your social media at Nerd Radio 101. We're also in Boston.
Rock929rocks.com.
Well done. And we're on Checkpoint XT.
There it is.
Twitch
You can
stream.
also watch
I
us
was
record the shows live a Wednesday morning / afternoons around 11:30 at twitch.tv/checkpointxp.
I was trying to get rid of that before we went into the last
Yep.
segment, and it did not work.
Nope.
It was waiting until we were recording. All right.
Of course, WRF.com as well.
Absolutely. So before we get into it, this week, the comic book companies decided, because they also ship their comics to be sold on Wednesday, to just ship everything. So everything for the rest of the month comes out today.
Oh my God!
At the comic store,
Okay.
like the new issue of the Harleen comic, the last issue of Doomsday Clock came out today.
So just nothing new for the next.
There's like 4 or 5 books each week because they have to push the day back to like Thursday or something like that. But like there were 5 X-Men books.
Oh my
like
God!
New Mutants, Excalibur, like X-Force, all of them all came out.
A lot of X.
Yeah, it's a ton of it.
Oh boy.
Well,
I'm better
for now.
But
so we've all died on this episode.
Yeah.
We had strokes, and then
and then I can't stop sneezing.
Yeah, all right.
But the one I wanted to bring in, because they only solicited it as a special Xmas project, and it was from Image Studios, so it's not an X-Men book. It's a Mark Millar book. And the way they solicited it in the previews 3 months ago was like, this is the book people have asked Mark Millar the most to return to, and he never has, to make a new miniseries of it.
I'm interested.
And it is the sequel to American Jesus.
Oh, yeah. I never read American Jesus.
Yeah, he came out with American Jesus. It was after he...
Isn't that a Kid Rock album?
It is. But it has nothing to do with the Kid Rock album. It is...
Wait, no, that's American Badass, right? Or is he American Jesus too?
I don't remember there being an American Jesus Kid Rock.
Who knows?
Well, he's Jesus to a lot of people in America, so...
Well, there you go.
At least around here.
But it was the first thing he did after he left Marvel Comics and decided he was going to do independent work with Image and everything like that. It is the story of a kid who gets hit by a car and then wakes up with, almost like the movie Unbreakable, wakes up with no broken bones and is in perfect health, and from that point on has the powers of Jesus and thinks he may be the second coming of Christ.
Oh, wow.
Yep. It's a cool story. I will not ruin how it ends, but I'm very curious how in the world he's picking up from where it ended.
Okay.
So it's out in stores now. If you're a Mark Millar fan, you like, Wanted or all the other stuff he's doing. He's working for Netflix too, because all his comics have had this on the back of them. All his Image comics for the last year.
Yeah, wasn't that Magic Order becoming something, or
It's
did it
supposed
already?
to. Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember, but he's got a lot of recognizable stuff in pop culture now. Between Kick-Ass,
The Kingsman
is one of his.
Yeah, so
he's great. I mean, he was one of my go-to guys
when you were reading comics.
When I was reading, I had a standing order, all things Millar.
Yep.
I have never read American Jesus, though. I'm aware of the title, but
right. Yeah, something to look forward to reading for sure. Here it comes again. Jeez.
Well, all right.
You got that one on record. Look at that. Beautiful sneeze.
My God, man. I want to assure Nate, who's in the chat, that I'm making sure to sneeze away from the microphone every time. I am not sneezing into your mic.
Might want to sneeze like in your arm.
You're being judged by the cat. I'm telling you that right now.
I'm not just
staring daggers into the back of your head.
You can't see me. He's behind my head.
Yeah.
I have to move.
It looks pissed.
You, yeah,
he always looks angry. It's just the cat face he makes,
gonna
man.
claw your eyeballs right out, and then he's gonna poop on your pillow.
Well, if there's if you got somebody on your Christmas list, you don't know exactly what to get them, but they're into nerd stuff. There's some cool last minute stuff going on. Some good sales going on right now that I wanted to talk about. Have I talked to you guys? I know I talked to Jefferson about this extensively a couple years ago when it came out, but the game Drop Mix. It's a board game made by the people who made Rock Band and originally Guitar Hero. And it is this electronic board that's got 4 or 5 places to put playing cards on top of. And then it's an app that you hook up to your phone. And the cards themselves have a microchip in them, and each card represents a different instrument from a song. So you can put down...
Oh, I'm vaguely remembering this conversation.
You can put down like the bass guitar for Short Skirt Long Jacket by Cake. and then you can put down Gloria Trainor's "I Will Survive" vocals, and they will pitch shift and change the timing of each particular song so that it matches up, and you can mix these different songs together.
So it's like a DIY Girl Talk, who's a mashup artist. Sorry.
Yeah, for sure.
The look that Al gave me was like,
Al doesn't know Girl Talk. You don't know Mads
like
Mikkelsen.
Girl Talk. He's like thinking it's some sort of like that Mall Mania game where you have to talk on the phone to your
Right.
girlfriends.
I had no idea.
For a second,
what-
I thought that's where you were going.
No idea what the hell you were talking about.
But that game, which when it came out 2 years ago, was about $100 to get that thing.
Whoa.
They currently have multiple copies of it at every Five Below for $10 a piece.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
So we should go hit up every Five Below and sell them on eBay.
I don't believe they're still going for expensive stuff on eBay. However, if you have not played it, you could do a lot worse with $10, man. It is a blast. Amy doesn't play a lot of games, especially board games, but she loves playing Drop Mix. It's part card game, part board game.
And
Very
they have a
fun
lot
stuff.
of different options in terms of instruments and songs.
Yeah, it comes with 4 decks of the cards, which each deck is about 15 cards, and then they made like booster packs and starter deck kind of things. Those are also at different Five Belows, and those used to run like anywhere from $20 to $10. Those are all like $2 now.
Do they have like any hip hop? I would love to
A
try
ton
to
of
take
hip-hop.
some hip
There's-
hop songs and put them over some different rock music.
I went last week and picked up a couple packs of stuff that we didn't have yet, and one of them was the vocals to Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch,
There we
Good
go.
Vibrations,
Yeah.
which is
Good
hilarious.
vibrations.
Yeah.
But really what you're trying to tell us here is that it's a really cool game that was a complete and utter failure.
It was, absolutely, because it was far too expensive, just like Rock Band and Guitar Hero and all those other games where you had to spend like $100 to get all the
It's
plastic
not a complete
instruments.
failure if you had fun playing it, Al. It might have just been a financial
Business,
failure.
yeah.
It was a
yes,
financial
financially
failure.
speaking, yes.
But you can pick your copy up, and I highly recommend it. It's very good stuff. Also,
I like how he's recommending you buy like an old, out-of-date game that nobody plays anymore for the holidays.
Well, again,
it's
the
a fun
backlog.
game. It's a fun. Also, this is something I definitely want
3 weeks ago, I reviewed the Panasonic 3DO, so
It was garbage.
it's garbage.
I also want to tell you guys, so I typically don't like to tell you guys specifically. I don't like to advertise for stuff. However, GameStop has some major sales going into the holiday season.
Chuck Bean is not a sellout.
I'm not. Look, they should pay me to advertise for them. Is
They
what
should.
I'm saying.
But they gotta hear about us first.
But we just talked.
They have to know we exist before they can give us dollars to advertise.
Oh,
We talked just last week about the with the Ghostbusters trailer about how
Yeah.
you had never played the Ghostbusters video game.
Yeah.
And they remade it for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox
Please
One
tell me
and
you
stuff
found
like
it at
that.
Five Below for $10. Please tell me you found it at Five Below for $10.
No, but for the next week or two, you can get it at GameStop for $20.
Oh, really?
Yep. No
Nice.
matter what system you want it for, which they even remade it for the Switch, and I'm having a hard time not rebuying that game for the Switch.
There you go.
So I could play it everywhere. But yeah, that and the Spider-Man game that I played all year long and had a great time with is also a $20 game. A lot of good games up for $20. They even dropped that Jedi game of the new one to like $40.
The Fallen Order or something, whatever it's
Yeah.
called. It's a regularly $60, so they dropped $20.
They dropped,
off?
yeah, they dropped it to 40. I think Borderlands 3 might be dropped to 40 as well. I'll have to think about that. Al, you said you played a little bit of
I
that new
did.
Jedi
I
game.
played a little bit of it, not
Yeah.
a lot, but so I don't have a whole lot to say about it. But it was exactly what it was. You know how it was explained to me,
Right.
like Force Unleashed meets was it Uncharted.
Uncharted?
Yeah. So there's like some puzzles. Like how do I get to that thing to open up the crate sort
Right.
of game?
So Star Wars banged Tomb Raider.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's cool.
I hate Tomb Raider so much.
Well, you might not like the Star Wars game.
I got through those Uncharted games and I'm like, never again. Actually,
Yeah.
that's what happened with the second Tomb Raider on the original PlayStation. I said never again. And then I got halfway through the first Zelda on the 64 and was like, you fooled me into playing another Tomb Raider.
I would just be distracted by Lara Croft's booty.
That's
Climbing
good.
up those
That
mountains.
square booty.
Yep.
Square booty.
I was like, this is the best I can get.
God,
Closest thing I
nothing's-
can get to porn at this
Nothing
stage.
gets me hot like a right angle.
Yeah. Show me all 90 degrees.
I love the cosplayers that will cosplay that Laura Croft.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they'll
yeah.
square off the shirt and they'll just put the mask over just the two angle mask over their face.
Pretty awesome.
It's
Pretty
hilarious
awesome.
stuff. Yeah, speaking of games, before we take off too, I want to add another game to the list of stuff I beat in 2019.
Besides your meat,
Besides my mate,
I don't know why that hit me.
I don't know why either. That was a
Yeah,
gimme.
yeah.
That was an easy masturbation joke.
that's low hanging fruit for James, man.
Yeah.
Low-hanging fruit is also another
Yep. I was waiting for somebody. I'm leaving it open for you guys to make a ball joke.
another easy joke for James there.
I enjoyed it.
I just last
Whatever.
night finished a game called Cube, Qube. Game originally came out for the PC in 2011, but hit the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 in 2015. And the reason I wanted to bring it up is because it's a game much like Portal. It's a puzzle game. It's a first-person puzzle game. Where you have the ability to make different colored cubes interact with the room in different ways. So you have to figure out how to get from one room to the next, to the next, to the next. But it was made by 3 guys that made it for like their senior thesis or whatever like that in computer college. And it did so well that they released it on the PC in 2011. When they released it in 2011, it was simply like get from one room to the next with no story whatsoever. When they made the director's cut in 2015, they put a story around the whole thing that comes in through audio. And the story is great. It was a fun time. So I recommend this game from 2015. But I beat it. So take that, Robbie or whoever's on the Checkpoint XP friggin' Twitter, telling me I'm not going to beat games. I'm not going to beat any of my games. I beat like a game a week ever since they said that. It's inspired me.
You really got motivated.
Yeah, I did.
You got motivated, blew off the dust. Video games past.
Yep, for sure. But that's going to do it for this week's Nerd Radio. I hope everybody enjoys the new Star Wars movie as we all go to see it on Friday. I hope everybody.
Yeah, we'll have to have a big discussion when we return in 2020.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm sure the
that,
first Nerd Radio of January is going to be a lot of Star Wars.
So if you don't want any spoilers, go see it soon.